The news ticker flashes urgent headlines: ghost villages in Japan, Italy's birth rate hits a record low, and stories of shrinking towns from South Korea to Spain. These aren't isolated incidents, but signals of a profound shift echoing across continents. Images of empty classrooms in Japan, silent piazzas in Italy, and deserted playgrounds in South Korea tell a story of profound emptiness. Once vibrant spaces now echo with the absence of laughter and life, as if time itself has paused. This isn't the aftermath of war or natural disaster. It's a demographic winter quietly settling over advanced nations. Streets that once bustled with children and families now stand silent, their emptiness a testament to a generation missing. Tokyo's gleaming skyscrapers rise above a city that still pulses with life, but beyond the city limits, rural communities fade into silence. The contrast between the crowded city and the empty countryside grows starker each year. In Europe, the historic heart of families slows. Family photos show fewer young faces, and reunions are filled with the elderly reminiscing about days when children filled the rooms. The rhythm of life is changing, and the future feels uncertain. Society's foundations, workers, soldiers, innovators, are eroding. Factories stand idle, construction sites are abandoned, and even universities struggle to fill their classrooms. The workforce shrinks, and with it, the promise of progress. The drama is not in sudden catastrophe, but in the gradual, relentless creep of absence, a generation not being born. Playgrounds rust, hospital wards for newborns close, and the silence grows heavier with each passing year. Once, the world worried about overpopulation. Now, headlines warn of the opposite, the challenge of too few. Societies must grapple with the reality of aging populations and the strain on social systems. In Japan, demographic decline is not just a statistic, it's a lived reality. Streets empty, homes go unsold, and entire towns fade away. For many, it's a preview of what may come for others. Governments scramble to respond, offering incentives and policies, but so far, their efforts haven't reversed the trend. The challenge is deeper than policy. It's cultural, economic, and generational. Across Europe, birth rates fall below replacement levels. Social contracts fracture as fewer young people support an aging population, and the promise of generational renewal slips away. The story of our time is written in empty cradles and dust-covered toys, a silent testament to the consequences of a generation that never was. The absence is felt in every home, every community, and every hope for the future. The question is no longer if this crisis will spread, but how far it will go. As more countries face shrinking populations, the world must confront the reality of a future shaped by absence. Is Europe destined to follow Japan's path, or can the tide be turned? The answer will define the next chapter of our shared story. A world of empty spaces, searching for renewal. Japan is the canary in the coal mine, a nation at the forefront of a demographic shift that many other countries may soon face. It grapples with a demographic crisis that is reshaping its national identity and cultural landscape. Villages near Tokyo, once vibrant and full of life, now face the threat of extinction as younger generations migrate to urban centers. Schools, once bustling with the laughter of children, now close their doors due to a lack of students. Japan's population shrinks by hundreds of thousands annually, a trend that shows no signs of slowing down. A top-heavy society strains the shrinking workforce, as fewer young people are available to support an aging population. Economic dynamism, once a hallmark of Japan, is replaced by a quiet resignation to the realities of an aging society. Even bustling cities like Tokyo show signs of aging, with more elderly pedestrians than ever before. Businesses increasingly focus on the elderly, shifting away from the youth-driven growth that once fueled the economy. The social fabric is tested as families struggle with the demands of elder care, balancing work and personal responsibilities. Japan's silent crisis serves as a warning to the developed world, highlighting the challenges of an aging population. Economic prosperity alone can't guarantee a stable future. Social and demographic balance is crucial. Japan's rapid urbanization and intense corporate culture contribute to its demographic winter, as work-life balance becomes elusive. Europe sees its potential future mirrored in Japan's empty schools and vanishing villages, a stark reminder of what may come. The challenge of too few young people is profound, affecting everything from economic growth to cultural vitality. Japan's shrinking population is a story of economic pressures and personal choices. Job insecurity and high living costs make starting a family daunting. Women face a choice between career and family due to demanding corporate culture. Childcare is expensive. Societal expectations burden mothers. Urbanization leads to smaller, more individualistic families. City life lacks traditional support networks, discouraging large families. Birth rates remain below replacement level, with no reversal in sight. Couples want children, but face financial and societal barriers. Japan's experience shows prosperity can lead to a demographic dead end. Without family support, economic growth falters. Japan's demographic decline creates immense social and economic stress. A top-heavy demographic pyramid strains the social welfare system. The government faces unsustainable choices: raise taxes, cut benefits, or incur debt. Labor shortages hinder economic growth and innovation. The shrinking market creates a deflationary spiral. The social fabric frays as isolated seniors increase. Kodakushi, or lonely deaths, highlight the crisis. The sandwich generation bears immense care burdens. Japan warns the world of the consequences of ignoring declining birth rates. No technological advancement can compensate for a lack of people. The crisis challenges the foundations of a modern nation. Europe must act now to avoid economic stagnation and social decay. Europe's demographic winter echoes Japan's crisis. Italy records its lowest births since unification, offering money to newcomers. Spain's low fertility rate and economic crisis delay family formation. Germany relies on immigration but faces long-term demographic concerns. Even France shows signs of strain despite robust family policies. Eastern Europe faces low birth rates and high emigration. Europe's social welfare systems crack under demographic pressure. The promise of secure retirement and healthcare is threatened. Europe stares into the same demographic abyss as Japan. Economic uncertainty and high child-rearing costs mirror Japan's challenges. The continent's future role and relevance are at stake. Europe's falling birth rates create a slow-burning crisis. Labor shortages stifle economic growth across sectors. A shrinking workforce pressures government finances. Welfare systems face unsustainable worker-to-retiree ratios. Political tension rises as benefits cuts and tax hikes loom. Rural areas empty as young people move to cities. Geographic polarization fuels political fragmentation. Europe's geopolitical influence wanes with an aging population. Economic stagnation limits investment in defense and technology. The continent risks becoming a museum of its past glories. Europe's future role and relevance are at stake. European governments roll out pro-natalist policies to boost birth rates. Baby bonuses and family support services aim to ease financial burdens. Tax breaks and subsidized housing help young families. France's comprehensive family policies historically kept birth rates higher. Affordable childcare and parental leave support working parents. Despite efforts, results are mixed. Fertility rates remain low. Baby bonuses are short-term fixes, not addressing deeper issues. The decision to have children is influenced by career and social norms. Government incentives alone can't reverse demographic decline. A family-friendly society requires more than financial incentives. As birth rates decline, Europe turns to immigration. Immigrants fill labor gaps and support aging populations. Germany's migration policy sustains economic growth. Immigration is divisive, creating social friction. Populist parties exploit fears, promising closed borders. The debate pits economic pragmatism against cultural identity. Successful integration requires language training and job support. Political gridlock hinders rational immigration policy. Europe needs a long-term managed immigration strategy. Uncertainty damages native and migrant communities. The immigration dilemma requires political courage and consensus. Europe's demographic puzzle needs a comprehensive solution. Europe stands at a crossroads, facing a demographic crisis that demands not just attention, but truly bold and visionary action. The continent's population is aging rapidly, birth rates are falling, and the consequences of inaction are becoming impossible to ignore. To build a family-friendly society, we must fundamentally rethink how work, family, and the state interact. This means creating environments where families feel supported, and where having children is not seen as a burden, but as a shared societal value. Investing in affordable, high-quality childcare and promoting flexible work arrangements are not luxuries. They are essential pillars for a thriving future. These measures empower parents, especially women, to balance careers and family life without compromise. We must also move beyond political gridlock and have honest, open discussions about immigration. Only by facing these realities can we craft policies that benefit everyone. Legal migration pathways should be designed to match the real needs of our labor markets, ensuring that newcomers can contribute meaningfully to our economies and societies. Comprehensive integration programs are vital, not just for newcomers, but for host communities as well. These initiatives foster understanding, reduce tensions, and help build a sense of belonging for all. Economic anxieties, from job insecurity to the rising cost of living, discourage many from starting or growing families. Addressing these concerns is crucial for reversing demographic decline. Ensuring job security and access to affordable housing gives young people the confidence to plan for the future, start families, and invest in their communities. Without a sense of optimism and opportunity, the next generation may never fully emerge. We must inspire hope and provide real pathways for young people to thrive. If we fail to act, Europe risks a future marked by economic stagnation, social conflict, and a loss of global influence. The stakes could not be higher. Now is the time for political courage and social solidarity. Leaders and citizens alike must come together to shape a new vision for Europe's future. Japan's experience serves as a stark warning, but it does not have to be Europe's destiny. We can learn, adapt, and chart a different course. The 11th hour is upon us. Decisive, collective action is more crucial now than ever before. The window for meaningful change is closing fast. The choices Europe makes today will shape its destiny for generations to come. In this defining moment, our actions will determine the continent's future in the 21st century and beyond.